extension of deadline for linking national identity numbers to SIM cards. A very good evening to you, and thank you for joining us on the news at 7 p.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Shikeola Ikmenaye. Under the COVID-19 guidelines, schools at the primary and secondary levels in the FCT have opened their gates for students to resume for the second term 2020-2021 academic session. Hadiza Godwin-Ebune visited some schools in the FCT to ascertain the level of COVID-19 protocol compliance.
Under strict COVID-19 protocols, schools in the FCT resumed for a new academic session. Both teachers, students and parents were checked before gaining entrance into the school premises. NTA crew were not spared in these routine checks in all schools visited.
We are briefing the teachers. Social distance is being observed, and you see our children with face masks.
There's a teacher at all points when they're coming to make the work easier for them.
They put their face masks, it's compulsory, it's a must. So everything will be everything for the COVID-19 or NCDC protocol is being observed in this school.
To ensure compliance to COVID-19 protocols, safeguard students and enhance learning in a safe environment, schools have made provisions for more classrooms to ensure social distancing among students.
I believe we actually can observe all safety measures and keep ourselves safe and at the same time learn. There are hand washing equipment at very strategic places in the school.
It is something that has just come into place, so we have to adopt, we have to adjust to it, because we have to take necessary care so that we will not be involved in any harm that will come to us.
They will separate us social distancing because of the COVID-19.
When we enter, they check our body temperature, then we wash our hands and sanitize it.
Authorities say everyone will be carried along to ensure a coronavirus-free learning environment. Hadiza Godwin-Ebune, NTA News.
And figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 17th of January 2021, indicate 54 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 14,598, while active cases stand at 3,794. And the number of discharged cases in the territory now stands at 10,686. Sadly, 118 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Moving on now, with the year 2020 under review, the entire world went through a transformation. The planet was consumed by a pandemic that altered life, the coronavirus, popularly known as COVID-19, which impacted nearly every aspect of the global economy. Ifeanyi Zumba in this special report reviews some of the activities of the FCT Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, in 2020.
The early months of 2020 started with signs of coronavirus. As such, the FCT Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, flagged off awareness campaign as part of proactive measures to avert possible outbreak of the virus in the nation's capital. The awareness campaign was geared towards ensuring that residents, especially mothers, take up responsibilities in preventing Lassa fever and coronavirus disease outbreak.
The Lassa fever virus is transmitted to man by infected rats. Humans become infected from direct contact with the urine and feces of the rat, which contains the virus.
In the year under review, which was characterized by lockdown as a result of the outbreak of the pandemic, was followed by distribution of food items to residents of the FCT. The Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, who was also the chairperson of the FCT palliative distribution, played a commendable role in terms of distributing palliatives to the people to the extent she was called Mama Palliative.
FCT is not joking, we're on top of our game, and eventually in the Federal Capital Territory, we will only phone the people that are eligible.
Also in the year under review, FCT Minister of State inaugurated a 44-member implementation committee to drive the process for the establishment of Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone and the National Livestock Transformation Program to be funded by the African Development Bank. The minister used the inauguration ceremony to explain that the project was geared towards achieving Mr. President's agenda of lifting 100 million youths out of poverty.
As our administration remain focused in coursework of its set objectives, credit must, however, go to our dear President Muhammadu Buhari for his foresight in giving the administration backing towards strengthening local capacities in food production.
In the last quarter of 2020, FCT Minister of State called on Nigerian youths to leverage on the federal government's social investment scheme available to youths to enhance job creation. The Minister of State made this call on the occasion of the maiden edition of the Nigerian National Youth Day celebration.
Let the glistening youth begin to catch on opportunities. I stand before you here to tell you that FCT has also created a desk across the 6 area councils in the secretariats to take data of youths.
FCT Minister of State inaugurated FCT UBEB Center for Science, Technology and Innovative Training for Capacity Building and Teaching in the field of science, technology, engineering and mathematics. While inaugurating the project at the Junior Secondary School, Hajj Camp Gwagwalada, the FCT Minister of State noted that the project would help the territory to catch up with global trends. In Abuja, Ifani Izumba, NT News.
And away from that, following lingering issues on who has the legal rights to collect advertisement levies in the Federal Capital Territory, the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, and Department of Outdoor Advertisement and Signage have reached an amicable agreement on the issue. Ojiri Ogboru Arutere reports that this was made known to newsmen in a joint press briefing at AMAC Secretariat between the two parties involved in the issue.
The chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, Abdullahi Adamu Candido, noted that the agreement has been reached on who to collect advertisement and signage permits, taxes and levies, including mobile first and third-party advertisements and signage within the jurisdiction of AMAC in the FCT, in the interest of the public after several consultations.
The two institutions have resolved that henceforth all collections with regards to outdoor advertisements and signage, including mobile, first-party, and third-party advertisements, be carried out by DOS on behalf of Abuja Municipal Area Council.
The Director, Department of Outdoor Advertisement and Signage, Baba Gana Adam, appreciated stakeholders for the efforts in putting the lingering issues to rest, as he pledged his team's total compliance to the outstanding order.
Outdoor advertisement and signage is the exclusive preserve of local government areas in the Federal Republic of Nigeria and area councils in the FCT. This is not in contention.
Meanwhile, a new supervisory councillor for agriculture and natural resources, David Uban, has been sworn in to serve in AMAC. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Now, as the deadline of linking the national identity number with mobile subscribers number draws nearer, more prospective Nigerians are appealing for extension of the deadline. A visit to the National Identity Management Commission showed a large turnout of crowd, even though the commission says no activity of enrollment is taking place. Sefia Nyoma Oche has more.
To make the processes of enrollment of national identity number easier and safer in the midst of second wave of coronavirus, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy has approved the closure of enrollment activities at NIMSE and activated 20 centers in the FCT. Some of the centers include State Office and Area Council offices of Abaji, Amak, Buari, Gwagwalada, Kwali, and Kuje. A visit to the NIMSI office, however, showed a large crowd of people seeking attention and had this to say.
And my major problem is that this thing is not supposed to expire. It's a national ID card. Only for me to discover that it's expiring date.
Some people went to some places and they still came back here, meet us here. Like Zone 3 and then they say Ibro Hotel.
So luckily last week I was able to do capture. They say we should come like today and get the printout. So we come here now, they're telling us that they have been shut down, that there are no work.
NTA News also visited one of the centers situated at Ibro Hotel, Zone 5. We gathered this.
The ambience is 5 o'clock in the morning. So they say we should queue. They say we should the line. From there they would direct us to another.
They no agree to for me. I just they beg them. They not even allow me to talk with themselves. I don't tire for this thing. See, my baby is crying.
They are collecting bribe from people that have money, that have car. They'll take them in and do it with them 5,000 above. We that don't have anything, they don't want to do the national ID card for us.
Majority of the people are calling for extension and for government to look into the process of the exercise for it to be coordinated in more orderly and civilized manner. Safia Noma Oche, NTA News.
The Police Service Commission is a government agency saddled with the responsibility of recruitment, promotions and dismissal at a time when several reforms are ongoing in the Nigerian police force. Safia Noma Uche looks at how the commission has fared lately.
The Police Service Commission plays a major role in the life of every police officer in Nigeria. Lately, the commission promoted and dismissed many of its officers to ensure that the police operates within the law.
As regards the promotion, which everyone seems to be interested in, certainly if you are working, you want to be rewarded. I don't usually regard promotion as reward. I always tell every officer it is your right. So if you have no pending disciplinary matter against you, you have no query, there is nothing that stops you from getting your promotion by the time you are due. Then that an officer is due is also dependent on several factors, and one of them is vacancies for the rank you are going to, and the second one is that you would have attended the necessary courses that will enable you move to the next rank if you are an officer. And that is that. Besides that, there are certain other things that you must meet. If you have attended those courses, have you filled the necessary appraisal forms? If you've done that and you are found to be fit, there's nothing stopping you from moving. There are so many infractions that police officers can commit, so many infractions. If you commit a criminal offense, for instance, we can dismiss and recommend for your prosecution by the regular courts. The important is that all the regulations are there. From the day a police officer joined the service, is given the regulations in the force.
Austin Agome Brimo, a commissioner at the commission, however, appeals to government to empower the commission more to carry out its mandate.
Commission deserves good vote. The commission deserves expansion.
The promotion, no doubt, came as a motivation to many officers. This will spur them to be more dedicated in their duties. Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
It's economic, that's fantastic! Bebem is a barrier, babies are happier. Bebem is elastic, babies feel fantastic. And did I ever tell you about its price? It's economic and that's really nice. Good price, more smiles. Bebem means more smiles. Good price, more smiles.
Dermatologically tested Bebem baby diapers makes babies happy with elastic side bands, breathable external layers, barrier to help prevent leakage, and makes families happy with its affordable price.
Talking sports now. Golden Eaglets to face Young Elephants today in Under-17 WAFU finals in Togo as Nasarawa United unbeaten run continues after a 1-0 victory over Katsina United. For details of this and more on Sports Brief, let's join Rukayat Abbas Hassan.
Nigeria's Golden Eaglets are set to face Ivory Coast's Young Elephants today in the Under-17 WAFU B finals in Lomé, Togo. The Eaglets progressed to the finals after securing a 1-0 victory over Burkina Faso in the semi-finals on Friday. A total of 17 goals were recorded in the match week 5 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Enyimba Club of Aba at home defeated Kano Pillars 2-1. Plateau United secured 3 points with 3 unreplied goals against Adamawa United. Nasarawa United at the Lafia Township Stadium recorded a 1-0 victory against Katsina United to remain second on the log. Rivers United continued their impressive performance with a 3-1 win over Heartland. Dakada FC lost 1-2 away to Lobby Stars in Makurdi. The 4th edition of the OSOM Games organized by the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports is set to commence from Monday 18th January to 24th January 2021. The OSOM Games is aimed at developing friendly relationships among officers and men of the military and paramilitary agencies in the country. The English Premier League Week 18 played on Sunday. Manchester United retained their top spot on the table after forcing Liverpool to a goalless draw at Anfield, with the Merseysiders dropping to 4th place, while Manchester City's 4-0 thrashing of Crystal Palace saw them climb to 2nd spot on the table. With Sports Brief, Rukaya Abbas Hassan, NTA News.
That concludes the English version of the news at 7 p.m. on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. But we must remind you that as a second wave of coronavirus ravages more countries around the world, please wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been to a public place. Up next is translation of the news in other languages. Thank you for your time.
Agbajaje reshaje wo wona jiku jagbadai iwana ba shi ba badai wo mu press su fa yuba wa ko na ba je gayi kinzidna ya gwamnati la abi ayababa mutu ba jagoya ina bai ce guishi Hadiza Godwin Iboni wadai inge ayaba mutu ba bala pita mana lashi ba fi inge ya sanu koye bagbatu intige abo ina bakpe ya da inge ajin ahi vi bagbatu tu ya sebo ayaba ba la pita mana la ba fi kolo wagodo inge azana gbe bada inge bede tashi ni na ba fun ayo nkwen banu to na ba fun ayo ina bi lafiya bai na ya baba pa banu baba la ko pita shi dede na ba abi ba la ya baba ta ba shi nsin tu ntukon anaba yasi da abo abashi ai dafia aje municipal gwamnati bibi na dan duwa gbada gwin tu nyika ubahin wago inge gadu ayakunya na do na nyai na che shishi na zako gbe odiri inge ogboru arutere wadai inge gbada gwin ku sase badai ku ba ledo haye inge shipajida Abdullahi Adamu candidate na do zanagma ye baba gana Adams bayaku babu buwu she bada ko ku ba ledo na baba jaza ko mana tu akizid na abegi bod na da municipal aza ankiye kube mbabuchi inge anype na bace tu untuge zaza wasi inge wasi sigido inge owo jejeluko na da bagbatu akiyenya bada ya sabada gogna nyayin anype bagi baya aweshinu inge safia no ma wuce wada inge bade na shi aza ba yeshi inu gwamnati atata shi baba je baku ba la ba awun sigido bado ba nye wogodo gaga anype ye gudolo haye an kwata chelo umwa bayen kogolo na ba aza na ba anype intuge ta a mu ba wu kwa gaga agu ba asabada wu na gaga aba gokoyin amma ba ya na ba yi ku zai be ja dawo nsi shekwa gife yi sai su
Masu kallo da sauraron assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka. A takaice ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Bisa amfani da matakan karar lafiya da dakile yaduwar cutar corona, an buɗe makarantun firamare da sakandaren birnin tarayya Abuja domin ɗalibai su fara karatun zagaye na biyu na zangon karatun 2020-2021. Wakiliyar Hadiza Godin Ibn ta kai ziyara wasu daga cikin makarantun birnin Abuja ta kuma shaida mana cewa a makarantun da ta kai ziyara an ɗauki ƙwararren matakan da suka hada da duba yanayin jiki, wanke hannu da baiwa juna tazara tsakanin iyaye da ɗalibai a yayin da suke kokarin shiga harabar makarantu don karan lafiyar al'umma. Bugu da ƙari wasu daga cikin makarantun sun gina sabbin ajujuwa don rage cunkoso da ba da rata a tsakanin ɗalibai. Bayan kai ruwa rana da aka samu tsakanin sashen da ke lura da tallace-tallace akan allon da aka kafa a tituna da ƙaramar hukumar amak akan wanda yake da alhakin karɓar kuɗin tallata hajoji daga 'yan kasuwa, lamarin da ya kai su ga shari'a, yanzu haka sun cimma yarjejeniya. Wakiliyarmu Odiri Oburu a Rutere ta labarta mana cewa shugaban karamar hukumar amak Abdullahi Adamu Kandudo ya bayyana cewa sun cimma yarjejeniya akan wanda zai karbi kudin talla da wanda zai karbi kudin izinin amfani da allon talla da sauran kudade. A yayin da ranar ƙarshe ta kammala rijistar katin ɗan ƙasa ke kusantowa, wasu 'yan Najeriya na roƙon gwamnati da ta ƙara kwanaki domin kowa ya samu ya yi cikin kwanciyar hankali. Wakilayar Musafiya Noma Wuce ta kai ziyara a ofishin domin ta ga irin wani da ake toyawa, ta kuma labarta mana cewa ta ga dandazon 'yan ƙasa na dakon yin rijistar, duk da hukumar ta ce ta dakatar da yi saboda wasu dalilai, amma sun bayyana rasan jin daɗinsu a kan yadda lamarin ke tafiya. Rashin labaran namu ne kenan, mu kwana lafiya.
Abịakwa m n'oge akụkọ ụwa na nke abalị a, ọkọ bụ m Chisom Sonimokafọ. Na nke abalị a, n'etiti mgbasa nke nje ọrịa korona, ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị praịmarị na sekọndịrị bụ ndị nọ n'obodo a bụ FCT agbaghela ogige ụlọ akwụkwọ ha iji malite taamụ nke abụọ nke afọ 2021 na 2022. Onye ọrụ Hadiza Godwin Ebuna rutere n'ụfọdụ ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị a n'obodo a iji mata ka ha si erube isi n'iwu ndị e nyere maka ibelata ọrịa korona, ma kwuo na iwepụtakwu ole ụlọ a na-anọ akụzi ihe n'ụfọdụ ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị a iji nye aka nye ohere mmadụ na ibe ya, ebe ewepụtakwara ihe ndị eji akpọcha aka na ụfọdụ ụlọ akwụkwọ ndị a. N'ihi nghọtahie dị n'etiti ọchịchị ime obodo amak na ndị ngalaba ụlọ ọrụ nke obodo abụ FCT na-ahụ maka itinye ihe ndị eji agbasa ozi akpọrọ DOAS, bụ nke gbagidere ụkwụ na onye ga na-ana ego maka ngwunye ihe mgbasa ozi ndị a, enweela nzukọ mkpokọta n'etiti ọchịchị obodo amak na DOAS. Ọ dịrị Ogboro Arutere webatara anya akụkọ na emere ka nke a pụta ihe n'oge a na-agwa ndị nta akụkọ okwu n'ụlọ ọchịchị ime obodo amak, ebe onye isi obodo amak kwuru na ha ga na-ana ego ndị a n'ụzọ o kwesịrị, ebe onye isi ụlọ ọrụ DOAS Babagana Adams kwere nkwa ijikọ aka n'ọrụ na nkwekọrịta ọhụrụ a. Dịka ụbọchị ikpeazụ maka njikọ nke akara ekwentị na akara nke eji mara onwe onye n'ala anyị na-abịa n'ike n'ike, ụfọdụ ndị ala anyị na-arịọ arịrịọ ka agbatịkwa ụbọchị a pụrụ iji nata akara onwe onye a. Onye ọrụ anyị Sefia Nnọmma Uche rutere n'ụlọ ọrụ ukwu ala anyị na-ahụ maka inye akara onwe onye akpọrọ NIMSI, ma chọpụta na a ka nwere igwe ndị mmadụ na-erute n'ebe ahụ, ebe ha kpọtụrụ na ha anaghị emekwa ndenye aha maka akara onwe onye ahụ. Ọ bụ otu akọ anyị n'ọrụ na nke abalị a, ya dịkwara gị na mba. Ndewo.
Kalẹ̀ ẹ̀sìnkú dédé wòyí, ròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì karùn-ún ti ìlú Àbújá ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín látẹnu Ọbọ́lájí Màtì. ilé ẹ̀kọ́ alákọ̀ọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo àti àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ girama ti padà sẹ́nu ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ní ìlú Àbújá lábẹ́ ètò òfin àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19. alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Hadiza Godwin Ebune tó yọjú sí àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan l'Àbújá ròyìn wípé ohun gbogbo ń lọ déédéé, kódà àwọn oníròyìn pàápàá tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà tí wọ́n fà kalẹ̀. ọ̀pọ̀ yàrá ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni wọ́n tún pèsè fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fún àǹfààní wọn. lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àìgbọ́ra-ẹni-yé láàrin ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Amac àti ẹ̀ka tó ń rí sí ètò ìpolówó ọjà ní gbangba lórí ẹni tí ó láṣẹ àti máa gba owó ìpolówó ọ̀hún, alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Òdírì Ọgbọ̀rú Ẹrùtẹ̀rẹ̀ ròyìn wípé ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún ní báyìí ti yanjú, àwọn méjèèjì ti fẹnukò. wọ́n sọ èyí di mímọ̀ lásìkò tí wọ́n pawọ́pọ̀ gbóhùnsókè fún àwọn oníròyìn ní olú iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ọ̀hún. alága ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ náà Abdullahi Adamu Kandido àti olùdarí ètò ìpolówó ní gbangba Babagana Adam gbé òṣùbà fún àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún kàn lórí ọ̀nà àbáyọ tí wọ́n gbé kalẹ̀ tí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún fi parí. bí ọjọ́ ṣe ń gorí ọjọ́ tí àkókò sì ń palẹ̀mọ́ lórí ètò àti pa àmì ìdánimọ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè pọ̀ mọ́ àmì ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ àgbélọ́wọ́, ọ̀pọ̀ ọmọ orílẹ̀‐èdè ń rawọ́ ẹ̀bẹ̀ sí àwọn onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò ọ̀hún wípé kí wọ́n sún ọjọ́ ètò ọ̀hún síwájú sí i. alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Xavier Nnomaunse ròyìn wípé wọ́n yọjú sí àjọ ìgbìmọ̀ lórí ètò ọ̀hún. ó jábọ̀ wípé ènìyàn pọ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ níbi ètò ọ̀hún, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn onígbọ̀wọ́ sọ nínú ọ̀rọ̀ wípé àwọn kò gba ìforúkọsílẹ̀ kankan ní ibiṣẹ́ ọ̀hún. tó kì í dùn kó pọ̀ ṣeun ní ọbẹ̀ oge títí wòye ọ̀la òrùlé la ó sùn.